Hello Libra, Joe, and this is for mid-March through the end of March 2021. This is a timeless message though, so whenever you see it is when you're meant to see it. Keep in mind that this isn't everybody's story, so it may not be your story, and that's okay. There's always another message at another time that might be better suited for you. This message here is a message from your future self. What would your future self tell you right now with what's going on in your life? Is there some kind of insight, encouragement that you maybe need to hear, Libra? So we're going to explore that with a number of different cards and some tarot cards, and we're going to see what that message might be. So first card out, you have the Garuda here, and the Garuda is about being a warrior and being selfless and doing things out of love and compassion. So this is a very nice card to have come out. We're going to pull, the next card is going to be an astrology card here, and we're going to see what that message is, and we're going to work our way through and get to the tarot and talk about the message from your future self. Sensing, intuition, understanding, and knowing. That's nice. All right, Libra, we're going to pull one of these here. All right. A blessing to bring prosperity coming through for you, Libra. All right, now we want one of these. Download divine love, and one of these for you. Tick tock. All right, Libra. So far we have a number of interesting cards out, but we're going to pull some tarot cards. Libra, you have the Hierophant coming out here for you in your reading. The blessing to bring prosperity and the water element, sensing. Libra, your future self is telling you right now that although you may not feel like you're ever going to get there, you might feel like you're never going to arrive at your destination, at the place that you intend to arrive at. Your future self wants to encourage you to keep going. This is a bit of a struggle with understanding the perspective between current circumstances and then outcomes, Libra. But you have some beautiful cards here that are encouraging you to keep going. And your story is not complete yet. So let's talk about these and see if we can build a message for you from your future self, connecting with your higher self and bringing out what needs to be told here. So you have the Garuda here, and so you are the stage is set for you, Libra, to persevere and to do what matters to you. Libra, you may feel like you're never going to get there, you're never going to get to the place that you want to be. You might feel like you're fighting against the odds, and that there's an element of time in which that you feel like you have to arrive, or you have to be at a certain point in time at this point in your life, and you have not quite got to that place yet. And so this winged affirmation is basically saying that your warrior spirit courageously and lovingly protects what matters most to your soul. And I'll read the full affirmation on the back at the closing of the reading, but you know that you know, and your future self is telling you to keep at it, even though you may not have evidence to tell you that what you want and what you're dreaming of and what you desire is going to manifest. Even though you might not have something tangible to say that that is indeed going to be the outcome, your future self wants to remind you that every moment of every day that you're living in, and not living in the past or the future, but every moment that you're present in is penning the future for you. So being present in the moment, your future self wants to remind you that it's very important to be present in the moment, to connect with Source and to connect with the loving guidance and the you might have a spiritual practice that is very esoteric and very open, and what your future self is saying is to really connect with that. This download divine love here, Libra, is telling you that your creator and the heavens and the angels all support you on your journey, and they want to remind you that the element of time, if you are perceiving that something should be happening at a certain point in time and it hasn't quite come through, that the element of time is not something that matters here. What matters is your intention and your connection to spirit, and moving forward, setting your intention, having that higher knowing that even though you may not have evidence of what you are trying to accomplish, that Libra, it's going to manifest for you. And you do have some very nice tarot cards that talk about this. But first, before we get to those, you have TikTok here. And TikTok is, it's about the element of time. But your future self wants to remind you that the element of time is a human thing. And your soul does not live in the realm of humanity. Your soul exists in an infinite plane where everything that was, that is, and will be is all current at one point in time. And so this is kind of like about 0 point energy, and understanding that everything is different when you have a spiritual perspective, and trusting that. So trust in your higher self, trust in your inner knowing, with the water element of sensing, your feeling about where you're going and where you're heading, and what that's going to bring you along your path in your life's journey. You have the Hierophant here, and Libra, this is again about that higher understanding and that higher knowing, that level of knowledge that you possess, that maybe you can't always quite get out the words of what you know and understand to be true. It's something innately embedded in your soul and your DNA that's telling you to keep at it, keep going. And Libra, you have to also remember here that along your journey, along your journey that you're traveling on, there may be those that wish to steer you in a different direction. They might try to tell you, Libra, that you belong on a different path, or they might not share your same vision or share in your journey, so to speak. So the thing that I want to point out here is you are the author of your life, and you are the ruler of your vessel, your domain. And moving forward, it's like the King of Swords is saying to rule your vessel, rule over your mind, and with the Ace of Cups, rule over your heart, because you are the one that is piloting your vessel and not anybody else. So keep in mind that you have to lean on what you know to be true in your soul, deeply embedded in your soul and within your psyche, your mind. It's like there is a connection. There is a connection that words can't explain, and so that inner knowing comes out, and it's like it's actually coming out too in this Ace of Cups. It's kind of pouring out. That Ace of Cups is perpetually overflowing, and so what this is saying is you're moving toward that feeling of perpetual overflow in your life, but that overflow comes at a cost. And when I say at a cost, it means it comes with the journey of life and getting to the point in time where you perceive yourself to be at that arrival point. But the caveat is once we arrive at a certain goal, we're already wondering what's next. What is the next thing that I'm going to do? And so your future self wants to remind you to take time in life's joys and celebrations with the Three of Cups. Every success should be celebrated. But Libra, don't forget that what you perceive to be a failure, that should be celebrated too, because in that are lessons where we learn to fine-tune and refine ourselves. ourselves, and we really learn to understand that our shortcomings in a circumstance aren't really shortcomings. They're a stepping stone to an experience that's expanding. And so what you're doing, Libra, by following your soul's path and your soul's purpose, is expanding. And in that expansion is where you have a higher understanding. So again, your future self does want to remind you that each and every success should be celebrated, and each and everything that you perceive to fall short and chalk up as a failure should not be dwelt upon. It's something to be learned from. There's something to be garnered from things that we perceive to hold us back, or things that seem to not quite work out how we wanted them to. There is a bit of trust in the journey, because a lot of times our soul is constantly trying to course correct us. Sometimes we go off our purpose and our path in life, and so we meet a lot of obstacles along the way. But Libra, you are in a place where you have that warrior spirit with the Garuda here, and this Three of Cups is saying celebrate all your successes, because you fought very hard to get where you're at. And this Ace of Cups is that perpetual overflow of peace and joy and abundance and love coming through in your life. It's something that you're working very hard toward. It doesn't mean that life isn't without disappointments once you get to your goal, once you get to the finish line. Because once you're at your finish line, you're already ready to run another race. So, Libra, I'm going to read the affirmation on the back here for you, okay? You have what it takes to surmount the challenges on your path whilst growing in love, wisdom, and strength. You can protect others by being an example of how to live from the heart with courage. The divine wishes to bring you a blessing of love, money, abundance, and spiritual growth. Trust the brave wisdom within you, understands what you need to be able to do and to be able to receive these blessings. Boldly rise above any negativity or fear in those areas in faith that the universe knows what you need and will provide. So Libra, the universe knows what you're up to. It knows your desires, and it knows what your soul's purpose is, and it's there to support you along the way, Libra. So I wish you well, and I hope this message spoke something into your soul, some encouragement, and I will talk to you again soon. Thank you.